Hi, little ones. Today, we're going to start our math strategies mini lessons. We're starting with counting strategies. Here we have the first one that says count out loud, which all you do is simply just count out loud. They show you things here, objects, and you just count them out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See what I did? I just counted out loud. This away. This next one says touch and count. We have different objects here. Touch and count. Touch and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I touch and count. That's a different strategy. So we did count out loud when we counted the markers. Then we touch and count when we touched and count the little chips here. The next one, it says count on. For example, we see this here. In the die, we have 5 circles. So we already have 5. So we don't have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because whenever you see this here, you know there's 5. So you put 5 here and you count on. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See what you did there? You count on. Because you already know there are 5 here. So don't count here. Just count on. So we did count out loud when you were counting the markers. Touch and count when you were counting the chips. And then you have count on, adding on. Now, mark and count. Mark and count. There's a slanted line right there. So if you're presented with something like this, what I need you to do is, because sometimes when we do this, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2. We get lost. Our strategy so we won't get lost, so we'll know that we already counted that one, is mark and count. Mark 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See what I did? Every time I mark, I set a number. It's mark and count. Because sometimes when we don't mark, we keep counting. Or sometimes we forget we counted that one already, and then we count it again. So we've done how many strategies? 1, 2, 3, 4. We did count out loud. We counted the markers. Touch and count when we counted the chips. Touched and counted the chips. Count on when we looked at the dice and we said 5 and then we counted on. Mark and count when you mark and you count the chips. Now move, line up and count. Move, line up and count. So if we're presented with something like this, you're able to see it? I hope you can. So it says move, line up and count. Oh, move, line up, and count. So you move them, and then you line them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you have 10. When you have all like this, you can use one of those strategies, but right now I'm showing you the move, line up, and count. Okay, you move, line them up, and count. That's a different strategy. So I showed you count out loud when you counted the markers, touch and count when you counted the chips, count on when you looked at the dice and you kept counting on, mark and count when you marked and you counted. Move, line up, and count, what we did with the blocks. And the last one, recount. If you're counting And you can look, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Count again, recount, start all over again. So there's different strategies you can use when you are counting. When you're presented in a test, in an assessment, your teacher asks you, your mommy asks you, how many tomatoes are there? You can touch and count. Maybe you can line them up. Maybe you can just say like, there are 1, 2, 3. You can count out loud, touch and count, count on, mark and count. Don't mark and count the tomatoes though. Move, line up and count or recount. So use a strategy that works for you. Okay? So you won't make a mistake or like, how can I make it easy for me to count and know how many objects we have? So practice your strategies. Make it your own. See which one is easier for you. And when you learn it, it's going to help you get better in math. And that's what we want. Okay? Thank you for watching, my little ones. I hope you learn. And next week, you get a different strategy. Thank you. Keep learning. Bye.